What's going on, vape community? I'm Matt.
And I'm Marvin.
And we are the M&M Vape Show.
So today, we have a very, very special, never before seen episode of the M&M Vape Show where me and Matt have come together and have decided to do a once a month thing, vlog style sort of thing, guaranteed at the end of the month, because we're at the end of the month now, so might as well start and just go from there. So once a month, at the end of the month, you guys can expect a vlog, sort of just free talk about anything vape related, anything that really comes up. So yeah.
And we're going to be calling it Watts Up.
Like,
Watts as in like...
wattage.
Yeah.
As in...
We thought it was clever, but it's probably not.
It's probably lame as fuck.
But whatever. It doesn't
Hey,
matter.
we can cuss on here, can't we?
Yeah, we can cuss.
Okay.
Fuck yeah, we can cuss. Fuck you, me.
Alright, so anyways,
For this vlog, we've actually, we've got a few talk points that we want to talk about, but we doubt we'll stick to it very much.
probably not, but we'll see how it goes. This is, like we said, the first episode, so let's do it.
Yeah.
So first thing up, we
want to talk about juice companies that do not offer juice samples. Pretty much what I mean by that is like a company like like the what is it?
Which one?
The people that make Gurt and like Sweet Juicy Ohms.
Oh, dude, Juicy Ohms. I want to try it so bad. It
Yeah.
sounds so good.
Like, you know, they have like a line of flavors.
Yeah.
But it like, I'll check real fast. But like, if you go to their website, maybe you can't pick up like little 15 ml sample bottles for a smaller price. I know Vape Juice does something like that, which is fine, because if you don't like their flavors, you didn't pay as much for a bunch of 30 mils, just in case. But yeah, it's something that like bothers me kind of a lot about a lot of companies, because if we're trying to get liquids for review, we don't necessarily want to end up picking up a full 30 ml line for like say we picked up the Brew City juices or something. You can't find just their full pack, which I do have a problem with. I love their juices.
You have to buy them individually, right?
Yeah, but you have to buy them individually, and they're $21 a bottle. If you buy 6, you're ending up paying $120, $130, $140.
It's dedication right there.
Yeah, I mean,
it's a lot of money.
some companies, like I know Ruby Roo's Liquid, Lane Cove Vapor, they do offer a sample pack, but it's not really a big deal. Like it's not a very good deal, is what I'm trying to say, I guess. I mean, nothing against it. Like, it's good liquid, I'm sure, but you're still only getting 30 ml samplers, and they're $22 per 30 ml. And if you get 3 liquids for $60, you're only saving $8, and then you have to still pay for shipping and handling.
And what if you don't like them?
Exactly, which is why I like when companies offer 15 or even 10 milliliter bottles. I'm pretty sure Vape Juice has 10 milliliter bottles.
I don't know. What did you get? You had 30, right?
I had
No, they were the big.
I had a bunch of 60 mils.
Yeah, 60.
Yeah, but I didn't pay for those. They
Good
sent
thing.
me those. But yeah, let's see. Juicy Ohms website. Yeah, on their website they don't have a sampler. So I mean, yeah, I don't know. It's just something that kind of bothers me. I wish a lot more companies did it. But one other thing that is kind of like compacted into that sample thing is the whole like some companies, like I know the Muffin Man or Milkman, those e-liquids, they just came out with a liquid called Rocket Man, which is blueberries and cream. But if you order, which you can only order Muffin Man or Milkman in 180 ml bottles for $60, which is a pretty good deal. 180 mils for $60, that's not bad.
Liquid.
But you also get a free sampler of Rocket Man with your purchase. And I know when I first got into vaping, I ordered a bunch of juice online, like from Zeus E-Juice. Bad juice, never try it.
I have never heard of that.
But they would, when you checked out, they would allow you to pick one of their flavors to get a 0 milligram nicotine sampler, which I thought was cool, because I'd get a flavor that sounded good to me, and then I could pick another flavor that I wasn't as excited for or didn't think matched my profile as well, but I could still try it, and then if I did like it, I could order it later. So I mean, like, how do you feel about it? Like, about the whole night?
I do agree with you, because if I would have spent that much, like you said with Brew City, if I would have spent that amount of money not knowing what the...
And then you got that 30 mil of umbrella.
Oh, God, yeah. You see where we're going with this, guys. But yeah, I wish more companies offered the smaller milliliter size bottles in order to, try them.
Yeah, I think it boils down to common sense. Like, I mean,
But maybe their juices are so good that they don't need the samples.
Well, okay, you could say that, but then I think about juice companies like Animal.
I haven't heard of Animal.
They're a pretty big company. Like Philip Rock makes their liquid, and apparently he's like a really big juice maker. But I don't believe that they offer samples of their liquid, and I've tried the Carnage and whatever their cereal flavor is. They weren't worth $30 for a 30 mil. Like, I mean, they were good, don't get me wrong, but I don't think they lived up to that standard of, damn, I would pay $30 for this. And I feel like before you end up spending $30, you should have the option to spend $5 or $10 on a sample, get it sent to you, try it out, and see what you think.
Yeah.
Now, I realize that means a company loses money on the people who try it for the first time and end up spending that entire amount of money. But I feel like all in all, it comes back to, like, if your juice is good, it's going to speak for itself. So you offer these little samplers, and you're going to get a lot more repeat business. Whereas if I had went out and bought Animal for $30 online or whatever, I wouldn't have bought it again. I wouldn't have even vaped the whole bottle probably. So, I mean, there's that. So that's just, nitpickiness on certain things. But I just think a lot more juice companies should offer.
Hopefully any juice companies that don't offer smaller samples are hearing this, so maybe, you got a childproof cap on?
Yeah.
And, like I was saying, if any juice companies are listening or watching us, maybe reconsider offering smaller milliliter bottles in order for us to try them. I mean, that's the way to go. I would agree.
That's what I would do if I was making liquid and selling it, because it's a good way to get your name out there. Because people can be like, oh, cool, I can just pick up a 10 milliliter bottle for $5.
Breaking bank and
not end up breaking bank. You can try out their whole line for relatively cheap, and then boom,
come back for more and
come back for more. Once you know what you like, you can buy 60 mils, 120.
Kind of like Mech Sauce with you. You're going back to Mech Sauce.
Yeah,
for any people that don't know, and that goes back to Mech Sauce.
Yeah, I do. I have this.
I think this is the third time ordering already.
This is the first 120 mil bottle I bought for $15 of Empress Milk, and then I recently bought another 120 mil of Empress Milk V2,
which still hasn't arrived, right?
No, it's here.
Oh,
I've got it steeping.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, see, there you go.
So it's all about trying stuff out. Mech Sauce is one of those companies that's like, it doesn't matter that they don't offer samples because their stuff is so cheap anyway. So you're able to form your opinion for relatively cheap.
Good juices, by the way, so go ahead and watch that episode.
Yeah. I guess we'll just go ahead and move right on into our next
We'll do no
topic.
cuts, no nothing. This is just free for all.
Yeah, and we kind of apologize for the length that this video will probably be.
Yeah, hopefully not too long.
But this is kind of more for our dedicated watchers that
They expect us to as soon as we upload a video, they just watch it right then and there.
Yeah, when you get that notification from your YouTube app.
M&M Babe Show, oh my god.
Yeah.
So we're making this one lengthy for you guys.
Yeah.
So you can stick around with us a little bit longer than usual.
And maybe more people will grow to like our vlog thing.
Yeah.
So
yeah, once a month, guys. Remember that, once a month. We haven't showed them what we're vaping on today. I think that should be a thing too.
Oh yeah, okay. I'm vaping K by Brew City, which is the vanilla custard.
And I am vaping an old classic of Funhouse Liquids, Mandrake. And I'm rocking, as always, the 180 God Mod with the Troll RDA.
Zoo City with the Addy Cubed.
And I'm running 60 watts, so for anyone that wants to know.
Also, before we get into our next point, about Funhouse Liquids, I talked to our buddy Daniel who makes them. And
Run 3.
He's doing Run 3. And when he does Run 3, he's giving us 30 ml bottles to review. And I think we might just vape the bottles for review and then give a couple away. I think that's what we'll end up doing.
Yep. Leave comments below if you guys want that.
Yeah, let
us know. Give us feedback. We're getting lots more comments now, so thank you for that.
Alright, so what's our next topic, man?
So if I can see this without the light blinding me, it says Mech Mods, will we go back?
So what do you think? Will
what are Mech Mods? For people that don't know who Mech Mods are, these are box mods unregulated and regulated, and then you have Mech Mod, the tube ones.
Typically they run on a single 18650, 18350, 18550, I believe, or 450. I can't believe what it is.
Yeah.
I can't remember what it is. Not that I can't believe. Yeah, so you just drop your battery in the tube. They also call them tube mods, other than mechs.
Negative side down, positive side up.
Yep, negative side down, positive side up. So will we go back? What do you think?
I do not think I will.
You don't think you'll ever return to one of these?
Because one, it's either authentic or non-authentic. Usually people go for authentics. If you have a clone, it's not that impressive in my opinion. But anyways, I don't think a mech mod or a tube mod can live up to what a box mod can do nowadays.
And also, we're seeing a lot more box mods on the market. That's becoming more of a.
And plus, I sold all my mech mods, so that's
true.
another reason. They're all sold. I sold them on eBay not too long ago, so I got rid of them all because this is all I use. I only had my tube mods in the closet, and they were just sitting there collecting dust. So might as well just pass them on.
So you don't ever miss those really low ohm builds that you could
kind
do
of
back in the day, like
building really low to like a point. Was it
0.08, 0.06?
Yeah.
That's one of the only things I really miss about my mech, like my Fuhattan, was being able to rock like a dual parallel 22 gauge, ohming out at 0.06. I mean, there was just something about that felt nice. I don't know.
Because, just once you fired it, man, that thing shit was angry.
Whereas, this is a 8-wrap 22 gauge build and it ohms at like 0.28. I mean, it's giving me vapor. It's putting out power. But I don't know. There's something about rocking that 0.08 build. I just enjoyed it.
Something fun to work with, man.
Yeah. So, I mean, I don't know. But, I guess that's kind of a cool, we can kind of segue into that, from that into a discussion we've had before a little bit on regulated versus unregulated box mods. Because while this series box is unregulated, there's like a safety zone.
There is. You can't. What did you build that they told you was unsafe?
I had like a 0.12 build in here, which granted I wasn't planning on vaping the 0.12 build for more than a couple hours. I just wanted to see what it was like on this box.
But like you said, there is a safety.
But there's a risk there when you're running these unregulated boxes that you're gonna possibly vent your batteries or mess up your MOSFET in there or something. There's always like a downside to it.
Yeah.
Whereas with regulated, your safety parameters are like clearly defined, right? Like you can only go.
It'll like if it won't take it, it won't fire it whatsoever. Like you have no risk of hurting yourself.
Yeah, and plus, like we said, why mech mods are kind of fading out a little bit, but not really. There's still some really cool ones coming out.
Yeah, they are. But I was going towards more box mods now. Temp control. That's what's flooding the market right now.
Because temp control is becoming really common.
Everything.
You're even getting
control that.
The new 75 watt Sigelli is temp control.
Yeah.
There's all sorts of the Snow Wolf 200 watt is temp control.
A lot of them.
All these things are temp control. What's that new Inokin thing, the disruptor that has like the two Vaporwood did a video on it. Where
Shit, I haven't seen it.
Damn.
I don't have internet at home for right now.
But no, it's a little device. I think it pushes like 50 watts or something. But it has temp control also. I'm pretty sure. And what that opens up is a new possibility of wires, because you can safely use nickel wire without going above its heat resistance and causing. That and nickel wire can cause damage to like your lungs and stuff because of some of the chemicals it produces
that would be good, huh?
When it's too high. But with temp control, you can make sure that doesn't happen. So I mean there's that.
That's pretty cool. I want to try a box mod of that. See what kind of temperatures I like. Because I mean, this right now tells me the temperature, which is 33 degrees Celsius. So I don't know.
And you could also with that, like I've seen people finding like how it changes the way their tanks vape or whatever. Mm-hmm. Like you can get a better taste out of a tank at a certain wattage or a certain temperature.
Yeah.
So I mean, there's possibilities out there.
With that. So what's next? So yeah, will we go back? In my opinion, probably not, or more than likely not.
I've considered buying another Fuhattan or something, like another mech, just to mess around with those lower ohm builds again. But I just don't. I'm not eager to spend money.
So in time, basically.
In time, probably.
Okay.
Yeah.
But for right now.
Or something like really cool and new on the market comes out.
But what though?
I mean,
everything is
I don't know.
basically
Like
the same.
That squared 1850 mod. I would probably try that. That's cool.
Just because it looks.
Yeah. And it's relatively cheap for an authentic. It's like $88. So I'd probably try
So
that.
there you go, authentic. Doesn't want to clone. Why don't you want to clone?
My thing with clones is it's like
They do some clones function just as well as authentic. Man.
some clones do well, and like,
or if not better.
if not better, yeah.
Yeah.
Like I mean, arguably the Fu-Hatton is a better version of the Manhattan. You have people who are like elitists that are like, no, it has to be
support
it has to be
everything
authentic.
made here in the United States.
Yeah, but arguably the Fu-Hatton is a better rendition of an authentic. So the Fu-Hatton is kind of authentic in nature in that it's like making fun of a device that could have been so much better for the price that it was offered. So this company went out and made it better and made it cheaper. So it's kind of authentic, but it's a clone. It's a weird thing.
It's based off of authentic.
But my thing about clones is if you're trying to get into vaping and you don't have a lot of money,
Go for clones. There's nothing
get
wrong with
clones.
it.
If somebody makes
That's what we did.
If somebody makes fun of you, tell them at least I'm not gonna have cancer from cigarettes.
Or
like,
just at least you didn't break bank, man.
Exactly. It's all about if you can vape affordably, vape affordably.
Doesn't matter like Vaping Twisted 420 said. Doesn't matter what you're vaping on as long as you're off the stinkies.
Yeah.
So that's think about that.
Speaking of what we're vaping on, our next topic is about cotton.
Oh yeah, okay, cotton.
Different types. There's so many different types of cotton out there.
Any of you guys that have any cotton suggestions? Because what me and Matt use is what Tony provides for us, which is organic, straight from Japan without any middleman messing with it. If I believe that's right.
That's correct.
It's like just pure,
straight from
organic
Japan.
Japanese cotton.
Yeah. And I mean, we love it.
I mean, no bad flavors, no bad after or whatever it tastes.
Lasts for a relatively long time.
Yeah, it does, man. It really does.
But you know, you've got all these other things. You got like cotton bacon. What is it? Native wicks. So much
shit, dude.
G vapes cotton.
Yeah, and then you got cotton balls from what you can buy at your local stores, but we don't recommend you vaping on that.
Yeah, I mean it can work vaping on cotton balls if you make sure they're unbleached, unprocessed.
I don't think you would want to inhale bleach. I think that'd be bad.
And even if you get bleached ones, you can boil out the bleach and then dry out your
too
cotton
much work,
balls.
man.
But that's a lot of work.
Too much work.
That's a lot of work to save like a little bit of money for me.
But in the end, it's just worth just going for what's already manufactured.
Yeah. But like cotton bacon, I guess this was kind of what stemmed me to want to talk about this. Cotton bacon V1.
Not too good.
Not too
I have
good.
some in my car right now, which I will not go get because don't feel like getting up. In my opinion, leaves this weird taste. How do I explain it?
I don't know. I mean,
You've tried it before, haven't you?
yeah.
It's just it tastes. It makes the juice taste different. It's slightly different.
Yeah.
It's noticeable.
It is a noticeable difference, especially if you're vaping on a liquid that you've had before and you know what it tastes like
exactly.
on your preferred cotton.
Drip it on some cotton bacon V1. Something's gonna be a little off.
But cotton bacon V2,
Which I haven't tried. I don't know if you've tried.
I got cotton bacon V2 in here right now. I like it a lot actually. You wanna try it?
Yeah.
I mean it's right up there with Japanese organic cotton.
Such a warm vape.
Yeah. I've noticed that with cotton bacon V2, which is this is something that doesn't happen for me with Japanese organic cotton, is that my very first vape has no weird taste to it because there's always like a fresh cotton taste with Jap cotton.
Mm-hmm.
Like you get it's a cotton taste really. Your wick's not dry or anything. You just get this weird cotton taste. And with cotton bacon V2, I didn't really get that at all. It's kind of like sterile cotton. If you get sterile cotton, it doesn't really have that cotton taste at the beginning.
I'm gonna have to try something.
That's the thing. And it's really dense. It holds liquid really well, much better than the V1 cotton bacon.
Okay.
So yeah, there's that. I mean, cotton bacon. Your cotton preference is all about you, really.
Really. Suggest any cotton manufacturers or brands down in the comment section below. We'd love to hear on what you guys are using to vape.
And maybe we can try some of them out or whatever.
If you highly suggest it, we will. Definitely.
Yeah.
give us our opinions on it. Yeah.
So,
Top.
So we've kept this vlog pretty
Is that our last thing?
almost.
Yeah, almost. We got one more thing.
We've kept it pretty vape related for the most part.
I think we should do 3 things every time. How many? No, we did
1,
4.
2, 3. So 3 vape things every time, and then one random.
Thing. Yeah, that should be.
Because we do have a random talking point we wanted to talk about. As we've mentioned in previous videos, where we play video games a lot. In a lot of our free time, we play video games.
Such nerds, right? We're such nerds.
What, Flavio?
My brother's in the background, by the way. Like we said, unedited, uncut, just freestyle.
Call of Duty.
Hey, Black Ops 3 beta was not bad.
It was pretty good, I will admit.
So what we want to talk about is video games that we're excited for that are coming out this year. And the reason we want to talk about that is because, much like vaping, video games are a pretty big part of our lives. I'd say I've been playing video games since I was like 5 years old.
I've been playing video games since I can't even remember, dude.
Yeah.
Like shit, dude. It's been.
It's just like
a long time.
It's just like a part of me. Like you get those video games that have that really amazing emotional connection. You get the ones that are just really fun to play.
And for any Legend of Zelda fans out there, I beat Legend of Zelda Ocarina of Time when I was 6 years old.
Are you trying to brag right now?
Yeah. Dude, that game is what made me fall in love with Zelda. Like, it just...
Okay, first of all then, before we get into video games that we're excited for, what would you say is the first video game that you played that made you fall in love with video games?
With video games? Dude, I don't know. Fuck. I remember having a NES back in the day, Super Mario Duck Hunt, but, like... I don't know, man. Like I said, probably Legend of Zelda Ocarina of Time.
Really?
Yeah.
For the Nintendo 64?
Such a great game, dude. For any of you guys who haven't played it out there, I'm surprised you haven't. Go pick it up somehow. Try it out. Emulate. There's emulators out there. Download some emulators and some ROMs. And try to play it.
For me, man.
It's a good game.
I know that there's 3 games that made me fall in love with video games as a whole. The very first video game I ever played was the very first Spyro.
Oh, for the PlayStation 1.
For the PlayStation 1.
I had that.
That game was amazing. I would spend hours just running around wrecking shit.
Releasing the dragons from their
little statue shits. Yeah.
And they like rumble. Yeah, dude, I remember that.
And then after that...
Crash, dude.
I played Crash Bandicoot.
Crash Bandicoot. Crash Bandicoot fans, thumbs up.
But the next game, my dad did not want me to play it. Because it was his game, and I was young, and he was scared I was going to overwrite like his save files or whatever. But one day, like my mom was taking a nap or something, and my dad was at work, and I played it anyway because I was a little asshole. I didn't listen. Final Fantasy VII.
Oh, dude!
It was my first experience in the Final Fantasy series, and even being like 6 years old, I could barely read. But I loved that game. I loved playing that game. And then when the PlayStation 2 came out, I remember my dad taking me to GameStop. Well, it was EB Games at the time.
Oh, dude, I miss EB Games, man.
But GameStop, I picked up... He let me pick 2 video games for myself. And I ended up picking Final Fantasy X and Kingdom Hearts. Now, Kingdom Hearts is a game that has changed my life forever. Those games are, hands down, some of the best games I've ever played in my life. They're really emotionally gripping and everything. So those are the 3 games that definitely got me addicted to video games. But anyway, video games that we're excited for. What's your
6 days from now? Today is August 28th. 6 days from now, Metal Gear Solid 5: Phantom Pain. Freaking finally! That's all I'm saying. I can't wait to pick it up.
Is that like the number 1 game you're excited for right now?
No.
What's the number 1 game you're excited for right now? It's coming out.
What comes close to be like Metal Gear Solid. If this game wasn't coming out, Metal Gear Solid would be it. Battlefront. It's that Star Wars Battlefront.
So you're more excited for Battlefront than you are Fallout 4?
A little bit.
A little bit?
Come on, Star Wars, dude.
Yeah.
Fucking Star Wars flying fucking in.
You don't have to tell me. I have Boba Fett tattooed on my leg.
I know.
You don't have to tell me.
But Fallout 4, finally, it happened after how many freaking years? 8, 7 years.
Yeah,
it's been so ready to put my social life away. Fucking just play some Fallout 4.
We're actually when that game comes out, we're gonna have to ration our time between filming and Fallout 4.
Fallout 4 is gonna be great.
I would have to say I'm most excited for Fallout 4, but Battlefront is right there with it. I'm really excited for the Need for Speed reboot they're doing.
Yeah.
This new
About
Need for
time
Speed game. It's supposed to be like Need for Speed Underground was.
Any big Underground fans out there?
Those games, I'm not even a fan of racing games really for the most part.
But Underground?
I fucked with Need for Speed Underground so hard.
Underground 2, man. Fabio knows. Underground 2? Hell yeah.
And you weren't shit in that game if you played automatic. Like if your car was automatic. If you didn't manually switch your gears with it was like L2 or R2.
Yeah, I remember.
You were a fucking shitty player. Like I would laugh at you at 11 years old if you were running an automatic car.
That's funny.
In that game, which my dad couldn't run.
So you made fun of him?
In automatic, I feel like, yeah. So I probably made fun of him.
But yeah, any gamers out there, we play on PlayStation 4. We both have accounts, so I guess we can put our PSNs down in the description below.
Yeah, if you guys want to add us, feel free.
Yeah.
I'll put my Steam name is the same as my PSN, so I'll either or you can add me wherever.
But yeah, if you guys decide to send us a friend request on PlayStation 4, just leave a little message in the
saying you're from YouTube.
Yeah, from YouTube, Man Babe Show.